Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I become engineer. Okay, so last time we discussed uh, 5 out of 3 possible reason. Okay, so start with reason 4. Reason 4 is electrical issues. Electrical issues like cable, insulation, and harmonics. Okay, so first part or part A, cable and insulation issues. Okay, now we get into the electrical side. Reason 4 is a collection of electrical issues that cause overcurrent trips. Okay, and they look forward very similar on the fault log, which makes diagnosis harder. Okay, first, cable insulation breakdown. VFD do not produce a clean sine wave like a UTD supply. They produce PWM, pulse width modulate output, which is essentially a series of very fast village pulses, often switching at 2 to 16 kHz. These fast voltage pulse create high dV upon dt rate of voltage change. Okay, which stretches motor cable insulation most aggressively than traditional power. Over time and especially over long cable run, this can cause insulation degradation. Okay, when insulation break down, you get leakage current to ground. This leakage current is seen by the VFD as overcurrent and triggers a trip. And second, long cable runs. Long cable runs between the VFD and motor creates another problem: cable capacitance. Every meter of cable has distributed capacitance between conductors and to ground at high switching frequencies. This capacitance draw additional charging current. As a general rule, for drives operating at higher carrier frequency, keep cable length under 50 meters where possible. If you need a longer run, either reduce the carrier frequency, install output reactors, or use VFD rated cable which has lower capacitance. Okay, next, wiring faults. Simple wiring faults also cause overcurrent. A face-to-face short in the motor terminal box, a damaged motor winding, a faulty connection that's arcing intermediately. This can intermediate, making them extremely frustrating to find. Okay, how to check? Disconnect the motor from VFD, measure face to face and face to earth resistance of the motor winding with a mega ohm meter, insulation resistor tester. Okay, generally we saying that for a healthy 400 volt motor, you see IR values of the at least 1 mega ohm, ideally much higher. Okay, the part B, harmonics and power quality. The second subtopic is harmonics. VFDs are non-linear load. They draw current in pulses rather than smoothly. These generate harmonics current in the power system. The problem flows in both directions. Harmonics from other equipment on the same bus can cause destroyed voltage supply to the VFD, making the drive's own current control usable. The result, falls over current trips even when motor itself is fine. Okay. Also, if multiple large VFDs share the same transformer or supply, the combined harmonics current can cause transformer heating and distortion that show up as erratic drive behavior. Okay. Next point is ground loops and EMI. Ground loops and EMI. One more electrical culprit: ground loops and electromagnetic interface. A poor grounding system can create circulating current that the VFD interrupts as a overcurrent. This is especially common in older facilities where the grounding infrastructure has not been updated. Okay, so what is solution? The solution, electrical issues. Step 1, test motor insulation resistance. Use a 500 volt or 1000 volt megometer. Okay, insulation tester meter. Test face to face and face to ground. The document value. Anything below mega ohm on 400 volt system. Again saying that test the motor insulation resistance. Use 500 volt to 1000 ohm mega ohm meter. Test face to face and face to ground. Okay, document the values. Anything below 1 mega ohm to 1 mega ohm a 400 volt system in red flag. Okay, step number 2, if cable runs are long, the output reactors or use DU upon duty filter. Okay, this slow down the voltage rise time and reduce insulation stress. Step number 3, use proper VFD rated cable. Okay, for new installation, this cable has a grounded shield and lower capacitance, ideal for PWM drive output. Okay, PWM means pulse width modulation. Okay, and step number 4, for harmonic issues, consider installing line reactor on the input side or an active front end. Okay, have a power quality service done if you suspected harmonics. Okay, a simple clamp on power quality analyzer will show THD, total harmonic distortion level. Step number 5. Step number 5, verify grounding. Every VFD should have a dedicated low impedance path to earth ground. Shield the motor cable and ground it at both ends or just at the drive end if ground loops are a concern. Okay, and reason number 5, VFD hardware or firmware fault. Okay, reason 5, and this is one nobody wants to hear, but it happen, is a fault within VFD itself, either in the hardware or the firmware. Okay, before you assume this other case, exhaust all the other possibilities. But when you are checked out the motor, the load, the parameters and the wiring, okay, and you are still getting overcurrent trips, the problem may be the drive itself. Okay, so fault, first, hardware fault, IGBT. Okay, the output stage of a VFD use IGBT, insulated gate bipolar transistor, IGBT, to switch the motor voltage. These are semiconductor device that can degrade or fail. Okay, a partially failed IGBT can still allow the drive to run, but with non-symmetrical output, meaning one phase may carry more current than the others. Okay, the VFD current sensor detect this imbalance and trip on overcurrent. Okay, IGBT failure is often caused by over voltage transistor. Okay, like lightning, utility switch. Okay, excessive heat from poor cooling or blockade ventilation, moisture contamination, or simply reaching end of service life. Second, current sensor drift. Okay, second is current sensor drift. Another hardware issues, the VFD internal current sensor. Okay, typically Hall effect sensor or current transformer can drift or fail. If a current sensor gives a false reading, the drive may trip even though the actual motor current is normal. This is tricky to diagnose without another trusted current measurement. Okay, if your clamp on meter shows normal current but VFD reading is high and tripping, suspect the internal current sensor. Okay, next point, firmware. Third, firmware bug and over temperature problem. Firmware issues are rare but real. Some VFD firmware versions have known bugs that cause nuisance overcurrent trips under specific conditions, typically at certain speed range or with certain motor types. So, always check manufacturer release note for your firmware version. A firmware update has resolved present overcurrent issues that had stumped field engineers for weeks. Okay. Also check the drive's thermal performance. If the VFD is overheating and it is made direct, its output current limit automatically, meaning its trip at what it consider overcurrent even though the motor is fine at normal temperature. Okay, clean the heatsink, check the fans, ensure adequate enclosure ventilation. So solution, first VFD hardware firmware. Okay, step number 1, check the VFD's internal diagnosis log. Most modern drives store a history of fault code with time step. Look for patterns. Does the trip correctly with ambient temperature, time of delay or specific speed? Okay. Step number 2, measure output current with reliable external clamp on meter or power analyzer. Okay. Compare all three phases. If one phase reads significantly higher or lower than the other, you may have IGBT or current sensing issue. Okay. Step number 3, check VFD temperature. Most drives show internal heatsink temperature in the diagnosis menu. If it's consistently above 50 to 60 degrees Celsius, improve cooling. Okay. Step number 4, check firmware updates from manufacturer. Download the latest version and update if a known fix related to your symptoms. Okay. Step number 5 step number 5, if hardware damage is confirmed, particularly IGBT failure, contact the manufacturer or a certified VFD repair center. IGBT replacement requires specialization equipment and is not a field repair in most cases. Okay, so last solution summary. Okay, for quick reference, see quick reference. So solution, first reason. Okay, here is your overcurrent trip troubleshooting reason 1. First, mechanical overload. Okay, so what you should do? Okay, check motor block or jam or worn mechanical components. Okay, verify motor FLA, full load ampere versus running current. Enable stall prevention in VFD if need. Upside motor if load demand exceeds rating. Okay. Reason number 2, motor parameter mismatch. Verify all motor nameplate data match VFD parameter. Okay. Run VFD auto tune and motor ID function. Always update parameters when swapping motors. Okay. Reason number 3, acceleration and deceleration ramp too fast. Increase acceleration and deceleration time use S curve ramp for smooth transition. Okay, enable stall prevention during acceleration. Okay, install braking register for fast deceleration application. Okay, and reason number 4, electrical issues. Test the motor insulation resistance with megometer. Use VFD rated cable and install output factors for long run. Reduce carrier frequency for long cable application. Perform power quality analysis, harmonics issues. Okay, verify improve grounding system. Okay, and reason 5, VFD hardware or firmware. Okay, review fault history, log and diagnosis. Okay, measure and compare all 3 output phase current externally. Check and improve VFD cooling. Update firmware if applicable. Okay, or contact manufacturer for IGBT or sensor repair. Okay, and last 4, before you call your VFD service provider, run through this diagnosis flow. Start your motor on overcurrent, or your motor tripping on overcurrent. Okay, does it trip immediately at start? Okay, if yes, so check parameters for short circuit in cable or motor. Check IGBT. Okay, if no, so continue. Okay, does it trip only during acceleration? If yes, increase ramp up time, enable stall prevention. Okay, if no, so continue. Okay, does it trip after running for a while or a thermal pattern? If yes, check mechanical load and VFD cooling. Check motor, also check motor insulation. Okay, if your answer no, so continue. Okay, next question, does it trip randomly with no pattern? If you said yes, check harmonics or power quality, and also check ground and check firmware. Okay, next question, does only one phase read high current? Okay, if you saying yes, suspected IGBT failure or current sensor fault. Okay, so what you do, contact service center. Okay, so in the last, okay, the real 5 reason your motor is tripping on over current in VFD, and exactly what to do about each one. So remember, the VFD is not always the problem. It's often the detector of problem that exists somewhere else in your system. A systematic diagnosis, starting with the load, working back through the cable, the motor, the parameter also, and the finally drive itself. Okay, will save you enormous time and money. Okay, if this video helped you, please give it thumbs up. It helps the channel grow and help more engineers like you find this content. Okay, drop your question in the comment below. Okay, I read every single in one. Okay, if you are detailing with a specific video VFD brand or fault code and want to do deep and dive, so please let me know. Okay, thank you very much, and please subscribe my YouTube channel, I Become Engineer. So until next time, stay safe, keep learning, and keep the motors running. Okay.